Welcome to a 1v1 on Langreskaya. Haven't done a cast on this map in a while, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, I've been dragged back here. It is BJSRacer as U.S. forces in the north, that poor bastard, against RapGame Ayanami, playing as over Commander West in the south. It's going to be infantry, recon, and airborne versus Spec Ops, Scavenge, and Breakthrough. And apparently, we are going to see a fuel cache opening from BJSRacer. You know what? I respect that. On Langreskaya, I could totally, I could totally see this. I could totally see this. And riflemen are making their way towards the strategic point right here. Meanwhile, here in the south, we're going to see Stern Pioneers grabbing the center victory point before advancing on aggressively onto the right half of the map, unopposed. Kind of a weird opening, actually, from both sides. Hard left for BJSRacer, and mostly right, but soft left for RapGame, which is pretty atypical of this map. Folks Grenadiers will lose their engagement against Riflemen initially on the fuel point, but they do get the fuel captured, so the fuel is going to be coming in for as long as they can stall here, unless they leave the capture circle, which they will. Which makes sense. Engaging at this range with both squads having yellow cover, Riflemen look like they're going to win anyway, especially once support arrives. Over here on the right side, Folks Grenadiers grabbing control of various territory, and Stern Pioneers, I guess, are going to back cap over there. Kinda, it looks like he's sending his Folks Grenadiers to assist in this engagement and Stern Pioneers to back cap, when really he should be doing the exact opposite, since Stern Pioneers are the better early game combat squad. Folks Grenadiers are the cheaper, less combat effective capping squad. So, seems like a misallocation of resources to me, but alright, Stern Pioneers here have been freshly fielded, so we're going to see an extra Stern Pio in this opening for RapGame, which on this map is probably not that great, but he's going to try and make it work. He will be able to find medium range engagement opportunities here in this fuel point, so that's good. He's probably going to catch these riflemen at short range and needs to turn around and shoot at them. Oh jeez. Securing building control would probably be a pretty good idea here too. But apparently neither of them is even going to worry about buildings. Riflemen will be forced to retreat at short range against those Stern Pios. Two squads of riflemen forced away. Those rear echelons will probably be next. This rifle squad also just going straight down the left. Just these 4 points and nothing else for this US player apparently. Stern Pioneer squad on the right side doing what it can to get all the territory over here capped. They're just standing by a wagon though, so they should keep moving. There's nothing over here. Rear echelon troops are forced away by the Stern Pios. Folks Grenadiers move to take control of this fuel point. Nothing has captured this. Nothing has captured the munitions. Nothing has captured any of this, including the U.S. forces cutoff. So the U.S. forces is off to a terrible start this game, sending all forces to 1 point and then failing to take it, which is probably the worst thing that could possibly happen. Grenade toss, kind of an early grenade, but with map control like this, sure, throw grenades all day. 4 riflemen opening from BJSRacer, who has not fielded an officer yet. Probably captain tier, I guess, based on what he's doing, although I don't know if I feel comfortable basing any assumptions on anything that he's done so far. Oh, jeez. Stern Pilots just died standing AFK on the fuel point, so that's a good pickup for the U.S. forces. That'll definitely help. Stern Pioneers over here on the right side finally took the fuel and are disengaging away from the right side. They planted 1 mine there and are standing by this house now, I guess. Volks Grenadiers will not be able to win an engagement against these riflemen, so they retreat. Panzer Fusiliers are not going to be able to win an engagement against them either solo, I don't think. Gonna need support to come in some form or another. Second squad of Panzer Fusiliers on the field. Try and take the engagement for the left side fuel. Meanwhile, Stern Pioneers are going to move to force retreat against these rear echelon troops, which are being monitored and need to retreat away from those Sterns right now, or they're gonna die. There they go. They will hit this mine. Only one model killed, so no big deal. Panzer Fusiliers over here on the left side cannot beat 3 squads of riflemen and should retreat. They will toss a grenade and then retreat over it. But fortunately, they do not get wiped by the grenade. Might get wiped by rifleman fire, though. Fortunately, he manages to rollerblade to safety, just barely. A couple squads here in the base. Will fully heal, move to re-engage against these riflemen, which have not even taken one loss in the last series of engagements, except for this squad, apparently.
Someone get us out of here! Keep adjusting the position!
Riflemen taking control of the center VP here, and rear echelon troops are finally getting control of the north cutoff. Might actually make an attempt for some of the territory over here. Stern Pioneers moving up a little bit. They're not going to advance aggressively to take territory. They should definitely park in green cover to try and shut down any advance by weak squads like lone rear echelon troops, or maybe a squad of wounded riflemen that's not being paid attention to. Volks Grenadiers and Panzer Fusiliers with a couple grenade tosses seem to be doing okay. Still no officer fielded. Oh, there it is. Captain. That is a late captain. 7.5 minutes for the captain to hit the field, and still only 50 fuel afterward. He can't even afford that Stewart yet. Yeah, late Stewart if that's the route he does decide to go. He's floating manpower like quite a bit though. He needs to get out his ambulance, and he might consider a pack howitzer. Pack howitzer is pretty good on this map. Stern Pioneers push the captain right there back into the base. Do get control of the victory point right here before making their way over there towards the strategic point. Panzer Fusiliers blobbing these riflemen to death should be able to force the retreat. And there they go.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Green as green can be. Well, grab your shit and follow me. All right, you dopes.
Riflemen being reinforced here in the base. These two squads making their way back to the front line, and despite this game being extremely strange to start off with, it looks like Langreskaya is starting to work its magic and the map is beginning to get split vertically, the way it almost always tends to.
Reinforcements in. We're taking lead over here. Welcome to the death factory, boys. The capture point is under attack.
Thanks, It's Johoney. Yes, partnership finally.
Field promotion.
I need to put like Romeo Hairday in a copy paste thing so that everybody every time somebody congratulates me, I can just say thanks, Romeo Hairday. There we go. That's in my clipboard now.
Capture point is being overrun.
Because Romeo Hairday is the best emote. Oh jeez.
What the hell am I meant to do with these?
Stern piles get caught on that munitions point. There's the Stewart. It's a late Stewart, but there's still no preparation for it whatsoever. All he could have. He's got 650 manpower for Raketten Warfers. He's gonna try and damage the Stewart's engine, and that Stern Pioneer squad will get away very narrowly. And his engine damage attempt just basically results in him taking a ton of manpower bleed, potentially losing the full squad. Fortunately, the hedge is protected as he gets around the corner, miraculously makes an escape. Racer's gonna need to start paying a little more attention to VPs here, though. He really is. He's only got 292 left, and he's triple capped at 10 minutes on Langreskaya, which is something I thought was impossible, but apparently not. Rifle squad moving to take control of these territories over here on the right side. Ambulance on the field now for healing. Stewart is going to jump out of the our vehicle crew. Looks like it's maybe going to jump out right here. Get this victory point captured. A couple squads over here taking control of reinforcing on the battle group headquarters. And a Jagdpanzer's in production with all of his fuel reserves to try to punish that Stewart. They are going to take... Crew's going to take control of the left side victory point now while riflemen work on the center, and it looks like the clock's going to stop depending on what happens over here. Get back into Stewart. Okay. Stewart is recruited and will begin to bleed these infantry over here, pushing up the left side, and Panzer Fusiliers are slowly working on riflemen, working on the cutoff. The map is gradually turning very blue, and RapGame is going to have to spread his forces out and get some territory back under control, but clearly he's having difficulty doing that while there's a Stewart available for counter-harassment. Unfortunately, his Jagdpanzer is hitting the field now, and he should have no problem getting that Stewart off the battlefield with this weapon. Stewart is a little bit exposed right now, and I think it's about to take engine damage. If that rifle grenade connects, that's probably going to die. Jagdpanzer's first shot connects. One more shot, and that is a dead Stewart. Shot misses. Stewart will make it behind the building. Jagdpanzer's giving chase. Volksgrenadiers getting into close range on these riflemen will cancel a grenade because it's not going to happen. Jagdpanzer looks like it should be able to kill that Stewart. Unfortunately, the crew did not get out and apply duct tape while they had the chance. It's going to pop shell shock to try and get to safety. And there's an AT gun on the field. I didn't even see that. Jagdpanzer's not giving up the chase, exposing itself to serious danger here, just to kill a Stewart. Oh, what is it doing? What are you doing, RapGame? Why didn't he reverse up to safety? Okay, well, I don't think that was a very good trade. I don't think that was a very good trade. Jagdpanzer dead in exchange for a Stewart. He could have at least sniped the ambulance. He was just gonna suicide the Jagdpanzer right there. Double AT gun, actually. We're gonna see some Antilles style potentially this game. Might be looking at infantry company in the very near future. Going to see these three squads reinforcing here by the battle group headquarters.
The squad is back to full strength. Back up to full force. Achtung! Ready yourself for orders. This is it.
Squad back to full strength.
Panzer Fusiliers assigned to the front.
Sneaking up on us.
Good thing there's no demo charges. Stern Pioneers hang back to get this territory under control, and this blob is heading right to take control of the fuel point over here against these riflemen.
Regimental headquarters advised. Panzer Fusiliers are ready for action. Field promotion. Target captured. No enemy contact.
Panzer Fusiliers force those riflemen to retreat right there. This Panzer Fusilier squad is fresh. It's going to start getting the center victory point under control. The investment into 2 AT guns leaves BJSRacer struggling a little bit against 2 Folks, 3 Fusiliers. 5 combat effective infantry squads from the field up against 4 effectively. So, with grenades in the mix can make things a little bit difficult for Racer to keep up with. But RapGame should definitely send something left to get this captured. By the way, with the new... Oh, wait, I can't say that. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Captain will retreat back to the Major's retreat point right here. The riflemen are going to reinforce and heal by the ambulance. Panzer Fusiliers sitting in yellow cover right here. Will be engaged by these riflemen. I'm gonna dance around a little bit. They do have access to forward reinforcement and healing here in the battlefield. So as a result of that, I don't think RapGame can win this engagement. He's probably just going to take a bunch of manpower bleed, potentially even wipes. Engine damage on that ambulance, but without a Panzerschreck in the mix, he can't really kill it. Rifle grenades don't really do very much. They only do like 80 damage. I think they do less than Panzerfaust damage. Panzerfaust do 100? I don't know exact numbers, but I know that the rifle grenade is awful at doing anything. Very minor damage to the ambulance right there. Damages its engine. Rear echelon troops have been wiped though, so it can't be repaired easily. But clearly this engagement went horribly for RapGame, who lost a full Panzer Fusilier squad and took massive manpower bleed, inflicted almost no damage on his opponent in return. Racer is up to 450 munitions, by the way. RapGame has been spamming grenades absolutely as hard as he can pretty much this entire time, and that's why his munitions is basically 0. Racer has had quite good munitions control, clearly, and not spent any of his munitions on anything. Which is bringing him up to 470 munitions here at 16 minutes into the game. He should probably consider BARs if he's going to go not infantry. He should probably consider M1919s if he is going to go infantry. Maybe recon for, I don't, INR, Pathfinder artillery, something. Should definitely spend that and try and put more pressure on his opponent, try and seal this game, because it is Langreskaya. That third victory point's not going to cap itself. And if you are actually pushing across the road because you have such an infantry lead over your opponent, you can find a way to blow up this and just get in there and annihilation victory. Absolutely go for it. And a double AT gun build is a very good annihilation victory build. So, especially with Recon Company, which has been chosen. So I wonder if he's going to throw some INR Pathfinders on the field. I hope so. That would be fun to see. Grenade toss on the captain right there brings the squad quite low. They're going to be fine though. Folks Grenadiers just are terrible. Everything's gonna retreat anyway though. He just doesn't like the engagement, I guess. Doesn't want to risk that captain getting wiped on retreat. He's not retreating very far, just to the major right there. Fresh rear echelons have been fielded. Wait, something really did get wiped just now? Wow, captain got wiped apparently on retreat.
M8, ready for battle.
Alright. Greyhound on the field? Okay, that's not what I was expecting. But sure, maybe he can make a canister route connect, take out some of his opponent's infantry. RapGame is up to 600 manpower again, despite all of his wipes. I don't know where the Raketenwerfers are. His Jagdpanzer's dead, so he's not going to have the Jagdpanzer with which to kill this thing. That canister shot did nothing. I think they over-nerfed this. It's not that I have a problem with its current level of effectiveness, it's just that it feels weaker than a grenade. But it costs twice as much, and that doesn't make any sense. As usual, we are of course following the relic policy of the more something costs, the worse it performs. Which I don't understand. I have no idea. Grenade toss on those riflemen, they will react and get away safely.
Secure.
Target secure.
Gather round. I smell orders.
Knock it off.
Big step off is coming. Greyhound, ready for action.
These two squads are making their way towards this cutoff. Greyhound heading towards the left side. Fuel, which RapGame has finally gotten captured back. Really? Why? Okay, fighting position going up here. This rifle squad taking control of this strategic point. These two riflemen trying to take back control of the victory point in the center, and despite a massive fuel advantage, Racer does not seem to have any intention of purchasing tier 4 units.
Here it comes.
Greyhound crew grabbing the fuel point left. Will be forced back inside the vehicle by these Sturmpyos. Oh, wow! That's the first time I've seen canister round wipe something in this patch. Ideal conditions, apparently it's still pretty strong. But like I said before, a grenade would have done the exact same thing, and those Sturm Pioneers had ample opportunity to retreat right there.
Fighting position machine gun is in place.
Lots of squads reinforcing and healing here by the major retreat point, which keeps pulling back. I don't understand why he keeps. I feel like Racer feels like he's losing or something because he keeps on moving his front line backwards instead of forwards. Puma on the field for RapGame, who will catch the Greyhound out of position and kill it. Greyhound down. AT guns were, of course, nowhere nearby to support, and he probably wasn't expecting a Puma. I certainly wouldn't be, but reasonable counter to the Greyhound, certainly. And Jackson is in production, which is a very overzealous reaction to a Puma, but alright. Blob versus Blob over here on the right side. Looks like it is going in the Americans' favor unless a grenade gets tossed. They're gonna retreat though, strangely. Because of Puma, I guess. Puma is not a very significant threat to riflemen. In fact, they probably could have killed it. Especially with AT gun support right here. That was a pretty dangerous maneuver for that Puma to be diving into vetted riflemen where it could take engine damage. Panzer Fusiliers over here on the left side are going to get the fuel back. This squad takes control of the center, and the AT guns are moving to try and get a line on that Puma. Still no real munitions expenditures, by the way, by BJSRacer, except for Greyhound canister shots, of which he fired 2 before losing his vehicle to that Puma. Rifle Blob forces 1 retreat. Should be able to force 3 more. Unless he doesn't retreat for no reason. Jackson moving up to engage against the Puma right there. There goes that squad of Folks Grenadiers. By the way, in Blob versus Blob, as squads are forced to retreat 1 at a time, you should not continue to focus fire the retreating squads. If you want to win the engagement, you should try and force further retreats. You should immediately switch focus fire onto the remaining squads as soon as a retreat is forced, rather than trying to chase down a wounded squad unless you think you have a very high chance of wiping that squad. Ooh, as the result of a really lucky Jackson snipe, for example. So he does pick up the wipe there before switching targets, which makes sense in that situation. But if they retreat with a level of health like that remaining, it makes more sense to just switch targets to whatever is left. Because you're probably not going to be able to pick up that wipe unless you get very good RNG, and meanwhile the entire rest of the enemy blob is shooting at you the entire time. American player needs to get some territory back over here on the right side. Things not really ticking in his favor. The victory points are very, very much in RapGame's favor, in fact. 424 VPs left for him.
Heth, a capture point is under attack.
Panzer Fusiliers moving to take control of strategic points over here in the north. Our rear echelon troops take control of the victory point. A couple rifles and INR Pathfinders have been deployed here to do some back capping, so the map is starting to get split quite vertically. To the RE defensive building bulletin structures stack. You mean the build speed ones? I have no idea. I have no clue. I think so. But yeah, I don't know.
I got orders coming. Gather round and listen up, men. Lock bolts, Puma, ready.
Double Puma, apparently.
Armor car ready for action.
It's gonna take some solid micro, but could be able to take on a Jackson with that composition. No Panzer Shreks for him. Just no munitions. He spent all of his munitions on grenades, I think, and mines. I've seen a very small number of mines and everything else on grenades. Time on target artillery dropped right here. Puma gets crew shocked by something. I don't even know what just happened. Pumas are getting wrecked by Jackson and AT gunfire. Drove those Pumas right into an AT wall. That went horribly. Puma died instantly.
Out infantry! God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
Oh, well, I don't know if I would say that Volksgrenadiers are bad. I would just say that they are not very good. I'm not sure what you mean by bad. I mean, they're not bad like as a build decision, they just don't perform in combat very well. But they're still a more sensible build decision than almost anything else you can make at the beginning of the game. Certainly don't want to spam Stern Pioneers. Dead 4 Fusiliers will be forced to retreat from this engagement right here. Meanwhile, on the left side, Riflemen take control of the munitions. Skipping past it, gonna try and start setting up triple caps. Gonna try and actually worry about victory point control now. 26 minutes into the game, 300 victory points behind. Probably a good time to start thinking about VPs. Squad just got wiped somewhere. Another Volksgrenadier squad, I guess. I don't have particularly high hopes for those Panzer Fusiliers either. Unless that Greyhound pushes a bunch of allied infantry around and prevents them from chasing. Then they might get away.
Ready for action.
Boom has been fully repaired. Wow, apparently there haven't actually been that many wipes this game. I feel like there have been a lot, like a million wipes, but apparently only 5. Apparently there have only been 5 wipes. And, just the captain wiped for on the American side of things, which means that the American player has a massive lead. But despite that, RapGame is floating 1,000 manpower. And has purchased 1 Panzerschreck, so finally an upgrade of some kind on one of his infantry squads. Triple cap is still not set up against him. The American player has not taken control of the center victory point, and the clock will continue to tick extremely slowly. Most of the American players' units idle over here on the north half of the map. INR Pathfinders
We're losing a capture point.
thinking about a harassment attempt, maybe. Rear echelon troops hanging out over there. Squad of riflemen will be forced to retreat away from this blob, which reveals itself on the VP, so there they go. Second squad also going to retreat, and it doesn't look like there's even going to be an engagement for a little bit of a while. Not sure what either of these players is really thinking, and if the American player would just take VPs when he has an opportunity, he might not be in this horrible situation, considering the huge manpower lead he currently has. We're going to see another push for the cutoff. He's going for the cutoff and ignoring this point entirely. Canister shot on the Panzer Fusilier squad, takes out 3 of them. They will damage the Greyhound's engine, and this Volksgrenadier squad moves up to try and finish the job with Panzerschreck fire. The squad is falling low, but they might be able to get off 1 more shot. Riflemen moving to counter now. Volksgrenadiers can't seem to get in range for the final shot. Falling low, will be forced to retreat. Doesn't want to risk it. Greyhound will get away this time. Volksgrenadiers will also get away. Puma's on the field. It could have hunted the Greyhound down with that.
Orders incoming!
Ready! Prepare for orders!
Volksgrenadiers.
Stand ready. Enemy infantry!
Panzer Fusiliers taking control of this strategic point right here, and these 3 squads
We're losing a capture point.
engaging them from range will beat them eventually with superior numbers. Volksgrenadiers freshly deployed are making a push for the center VP and will convince those riflemen to retreat, start getting the point captured, try and get the clock ticking against the American player again, who has 300 fuel in the bank and for whatever reason just refuses to build tier 4 units other than a Jackson of all things, despite the fact that he went fuel cache opening. So all of the fuel that he's pulled in from that fuel cache has just pretty much gone to waste. I would have thought he was going to spam Shermans hard. I don't know why he hasn't against an all infantry with no anti-tank composition, plus a Puma. This is just begging for a Sherman to just steamroll everything. We're actually going to see a wipe. I think that's the first rifle squad to get wiped this game. And for whatever reason, all rifle squads have now been equipped with bazookas, which is going to make them weaker against the vast majority of RapGame's army, but okay. And everything is going to retreat back towards the major. And RapGame also has 1,400 manpower in the bank. Ambulance will get destroyed right there by sustained Volksgrenadier and Panzer Fusilier fire. This Fusilier squad is up to 27 kills in Vet 5. And the Puma just drove straight into the AT gun and Jackson wall again and got abandoned in the middle of the battlefield right here. But all of these American squads are going to retreat away from those Vet 5 Fusiliers, which are shredding everything, and the blob here will retreat away from the threat of another canister round. So overall, that engagement just resulted in an ambulance and a Puma dying, maybe some wipes on both sides, but nothing else really changing that dramatically here on this battlefield. What are those Pathfinders doing? Oh my god, where did that artillery just get dropped? Is this actually gonna happen? Oh no! Am I wrong? Maybe nothing happened. Okay, everything's fine. For a second I thought I witnessed a horrible catastrophe. Wait, there was red when you dropped it on the base defenses. It never even fell though. If the squad dies, is that does the barrage get cancelled? I guess. Should have retreated, I guess. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, that could have been GG. I thought that was GG for sure right there. I was like, oh my god. Oh no. Panzer Fusiliers here in the north need to move to take control of this strategic point right here.
Prepare yourself.
And the blob is going to make its way right to take control of strategic and fuel points. Will be up against Greyhound. The rifle blob is also going right. This blob reveals itself on the strategic point, and the counter blob is on its way. Push it back into the base. Fresh Panzer Fusilier squad just getting focused down super hard. That grenade did like nothing. That was a terrible grenade. Squads are going to get control of everything over here. This blob may prove difficult for that slightly smaller American blob to deal with, especially equipped with bazookas, unless they get some RNG-tastic bazooka snipes. Grenade into the building, deals minor damage to that machine gun, which is going to reposition out away from those Vet 5 G43s, bleeding it pretty hard, needs to get back to the ambulance, which is dead and has not been replaced yet. Greyhound moves to engage against these infantry, will take the Panzer Shrek shot, and a rifle grenade right here. Canister round does very minor damage to the Panzer Fusiliers right there. But it is Vet 3 now. Vet 3 on that Greyhound. This squad's going to retreat after taking heavy damage. G43's jumping in the building, threatening to do serious damage to these massed riflemen all around. They are Vet 5. Grenade toss on those riflemen brings them extremely low. But if the building collapses to Jackson or AT gun fire, that could be catastrophic. Another rifle or Volksgrenadier squad moving up to engage against the bazooka riflemen. Will convince everything to retreat, and there might be a wipe right there on that extremely wounded squad. Yep, there they go. Vet 5 G43s will snipe them, and everything has to pull back into the base, and for whatever reason, Racer still has not fielded an anti-infantry tier 4 unit. It doesn't even matter what it is. I don't know why he would not make a Sherman or Scott with 370 fuel in the bank. I don't understand what's running through his head, but he's just getting Fusilier blobs to death, which is terrible. Oversold Dotton in production. We'll hit the field now from a tier 4 structure, which apparently got built. RapGame is up to 73 fuel after building tier 4 and a Panzer II on the field. Needs to move that up to support his infantry. Grenade toss. I have no idea what that was even aimed at. Apparently there's a lieutenant on the field, by the way. I don't even know when that happened. He back-texted to a lieutenant to get a 50 cal. Wow! Like, what is going through this guy's mind right now where he's like, I'm gonna go fuel cache opening on Langreskaya. Then go captain in 4 rifle captain Stewart. Then Greyhound. Then lieutenant into 50 cal. My opponent will be very confused, and so will Romeo, and it'll be a beautiful thing. Where's that looks? Just sitting back here. In all fairness, there's a Jackson and 2 AT guns and a captain on the field. I don't really know what that looks is even gonna do. Probably making it not the best build decision. I think not a looks would have been way better. Maybe even a Stuka. I don't even know if I would have gone tier 4, although it'll be nice to have overs on the field, I guess. Jackson finds the looks, misses its first shot. Looks will try and get the safety away from the Jackson, which drove straight into a flag, so it can't chase. And just missed 2 shots consecutively, in fact. Bazooka rifleman up firing on the Panzer II right here. Real minor damage. They are maybe gonna get wiped. Overs available to try and snipe. The squad gets away extremely narrowly. Looks switches targets, but the Jackson is bringing it dangerously low, and it's going way too deep. And there it goes, it's dead. But the American player currently has only 18 points remaining. I don't know what sus means, by the way. I have no idea what that is. But okay. Is that a bundle grenade at a Jackson? Devastating damage. That doesn't really do anything. Okay. Panzer Fusiliers making their way into the capture circle to try to delay the capture of this victory point and keep the clock ticking against the U.S. player, who is down to only 10 points remaining. It does? Why? What was suspect about whatever just happened? It doesn't matter. Apparently GG is being exchanged. Might be a little early for that GG, by the way. That wasn't quite a BMGG, but it was close to one. That was a little too close to a BMGG. Major artillery being dropped in the capture circle just annihilated that rifle squad. Jackson goes down to Panzerschreck fire. There it is. This blob of infantry proved too difficult. Push out of the sector, and RapGame will take the game. GG. Axis wins. I think that it goes without saying that there's massive room for improvement on both sides of this battlefield. RapGame, first of all, needed to build units. Second of all, he needed to build the right units. Nothing but Fusiliers and Volksgrenadiers for the latter half of the game is a pretty good way to lose against an opponent that actually techs up. Fortunately, Racer did not. He ended the game with 400 fuel and almost certainly would have won this game if he had just made 3 Shermans. So something to keep in mind. Not that I think teching backwards to Lieutenant and getting a 50 cal on this map is a bad idea, because I certainly don't. I think that could be very helpful. But bazooka spam, that was weird. I don't think that really accomplished anything. And I also think that there was a moment in time when he had a huge advantage over RapGame, and he could have probably pushed all the way into the base and just won with AT guns. So lots of area for improvement in micro and macro alike for these players. Good game. Axis wins.